Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. So as promised guys, if you saw that last little short that I threw up, doing a little bit of plastic color change. You know, we live in a time where we like a little bit of flair, a little bit of color. We want the ability to change things around. Well, let me show you what I figured out. You're gonna love it. Now guys, before we start this, and this is critically important, all right, I gotta let everybody know there, we're all adults out there guys, all right, I'm gonna show you how to color plastic, but you gotta know you need to be responsible in your area and understand the consequences and the law regarding around changing the color of any plastic. We're just gonna go ahead and say that, all right? So I'm gonna show you how to do it. It is your responsibility to research your areas to see if you can, or if you even should. So, that being said, if you guys can see here, what we've actually got is we've got three of the most common plastics that you see on the channel, right? So we know what this one is, and these two, when put together, you know what that one is, okay? Now, one thing I want to tell you is if you're dealing with the compact, there is a very small little black sight piece that pokes up there. You're going to want to remove that. It will get lost in this process, all right? So, next thing you're going to need is some RIT dye. Now I'm going to show you guys, this is actually a cloth dye. That actually says RIT. You can't see it under the Hobby Lobby sticker there. But it's a regular cloth dye, and it comes in a ton of different colors. In fact, we had gotten black, we got graphite, which looked crazy cool, and you can change it to pretty much anything that you can imagine. Now, if you're going to do a hand paint job on these like my daughter does, you could even dye them in white to get a nice flat base to paint on. So it's really pretty that way. Next, you're going to need a pot or a deep saucepan. In this case, we're going to use this big old saucepan. Guys, this can be messy, so make absolutely sure that you're using something that you don't care about or that you're going to use in the future. I have used pots on this, and it just rinsed right out without a problem, but always be ready just in case. And some tongs. You do not want to touch this with your bare hands. This will absolutely dye your hands black. Let me repeat that. Don't touch with your bare hands. Use some tongs, all right? The other thing you'll need is a little bit of aluminum foil to set these on once they have cured. Other than that, there's not too much to the process. So I tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and, believe it or not, we're going to move the camera into a kitchen, and we're going to start boiling some water, and then I'm going to show you where to go from there. Be right back. All right, guys, so a couple things I want to let you know about. You can see here we've actually got our water, and it's actually boiling and ready to go. Now, through trial and error, I want to let you know, one of these models actually has a sticker on the side of it. Make sure that you get any of that sticky stuff off of there before you do this. Otherwise, you'll kind of leave blemishes, and you'll have to go back and redo it again. The other thing is, the little sights here will not be affected by this, so you don't have to worry about trying to remove any of that stuff. You're going to be fine with it. So, all right, so as you can see, we're going to let our water get up to a boil. Once we do, we're going to add in about a half a bottle of our RIT dye. So we're going to shake it up, and it's going to turn this water jet black. There we go. And like I said, guys, this stuff is really, really nasty. So, all right, here we go. Dumping in about half a bottle. There we go. And we're going to let that sit for a second. And then what we're going to do is we want to drop this down to a little bit under a boil, okay? So we're going to take it down just a tiny bit. And we're going to go ahead and put our parts in. Now, this only takes about 3 minutes in order to do this. But the trick is you want your parts completely submerged, and you want to keep them moving, all right? Now, as you can see, they're black now, or they're getting there. See that? Look at that, already. All right, so we're going to keep them moving for 3 minutes. And guys, I'm watching this clock right here. So we're looking for 10:28, and that'll be our 3 minutes, maybe a little bit more. But keep the parts moving, guys. And I want to run this live for you so you can see it actually happen. The first time I did this, frankly, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. So, all right, moving it back and forth. Once again, guys, I am just showing you how I choose to dye plastics. I'm sure there are other ways to do it. I'm sure other people have found different methods of doing it. But in all my time, this is the one that I've found that works the best and is the most gentle with the plastic. Another thing I like is it doesn't remove any of the surface markings. So all the numbers, names, instructions, all that kind of stuff. They stay on there for you. All right, keeping everything moving here. And we're about a little over a minute or so in. Keep on stirring. But once I said, guys, seriously, keep it moving. You don't have to worry about the water heat. The water heat will not affect it. But what will affect it is if you let it stay on the bottom. So you don't want it melting, obviously. All right, there we go. And it's doing just fine. Every now and then you guys are probably seeing them surface in there. There we go. So we're still at 10:26. We got about a minute and 20 seconds or so left. Stirring it, keeping it moving. Whatever you do, keep it moving. Whatever you do. All right. And guys, I want to apologize for that audio at the beginning. I didn't have the little receiver turned on for the lapel mic, so my apologies on that. But I'm close to the camera on this one, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But, all right, got about a minute left. And as soon as that hits 10:28, we'll take a look at them and we'll see if they need to go in for any longer. But from what I'm seeing, it's looking pretty good. Now, normally, guys, I'd have some aluminum foil over here. Turns out we're out of aluminum foil, so I'm just going to set it on this paper. You can rinse these right away. So take them out and rinse them in water and get all the excess off. Or you can just drain them and let them drain naturally. So that works too. All right. Got about 20. There's our 10:28. So let's take a look at one and see how we're looking, shall we? All right, grab our piece here. They're trying to get away from it. Ooh, look at that, guys. Solid black all the way through, and the sights are still perfect. That's looking good. So let's pull that out and set it over here so we can get it to dry. Once again, guys, don't touch it with your fingers. You will get black stuff all over yourself. That doesn't want to stand up, so there we go. And there. All right, let's get our other pieces out of here. Oh, look at that, guys. That's beautiful. All right. We're going to take those and set those on here too and let those dry out. Look at that, guys. Look what it's already looking like as it dries. Pretty amazing, right? All right, so I'm going to rinse these off and then I'm going to let them dry, and we'll be right back with you in just a second and we'll take a look at the end result. Here we go. And that's all there is to it, guys. And as you guys can see, you get a beautiful finish across these. And honestly, I would have probably left these in for about another 20 seconds, maybe a minute. But these are looking really, really good. You can't over dye black. I mean, right? At the end of the day, you can't go blacker than black. So I'd say give it 4 minutes, 4.5 on the high side, but keep it moving. So then the big question is, what do they look like when they're assembled? Well, here we go. And now we can see them fully assembled, guys. Once again, don't do this unless you verify that it's legal to do it in your area. That's critical, all right? This is just something I do. What you choose to do is your business. But as you guys can see, it changes the whole complexity. It really does. I mean, it makes them look absolutely totally cool. And this opens up a few interesting doors, guys. I'm thinking that you could get real creative with this and do like a tie-dye or like a multicolor. A graphite certainly sounds cool, something metallic. Or if you were highly artistic, you do it in this color, and then you can actually color in your bolt and everything else so that it would look all silver and beautiful. But once again, check your area, know your laws. This is all informational, so what you choose to do is up to you. Guys, thanks for watching. Told you. Pretty awesome, right? And I've been cooking these things 5 at a time because it takes a while to get them all done, and you can see why, but they certainly look cool when they're done. Confirmation, Mercury Rise, the guys that had the MUB43, that video, have now released the MUB50, which is the competitor to the Lancer Tactical Scorpion. That was a pretty cool gun. So I'm hoping that this one will be equally cool. We're going to find out together. It is on its way. Have a great week, guys, and be safe out there. Bye-bye.